welcome back to my channel, and I am going to be recommending a new method for you guys since I haven't done that in a while. And I want to introduce to you guys some reusable cotton pads. So before we get into the actual products, I just wanted to give you guys some information and facts as to why it is so important to transition your beauty routine to use reusable cotton pads. A couple things that are major factors as to why you should, according to WWF, World Wildlife Fund, the global reach of cotton is wide, so everybody needs cotton in our world, and the production of cotton in general isn't the most environmentally sustainable. Just to give you some numbers that put this into perspective, it takes 20,000 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of cotton. So in other words, that's equivalent to a pair of jeans or a t-shirt, or another perspective to look at it is essentially drinking water for one person for 3 years. That's absolutely insane. It is super important for us to keep in mind when we purchase cotton, what it's for and the impact you have on purchasing that product. So for example, buying cotton pads that are single use is gonna create a huge impact because you're only using it once and then you're tossing it and then it ends up in the landfill, which is not good for our environment because of the amount of effort it takes to produce cotton. And yes, I'm sure you have a few cotton shirts and jeans in your closet, but at least those are products that you wear over and over and over again, where again, with disposable cotton pads, you use and you toss. However, the largest environmental impact of producing cotton pads is due to the pesticides. So the pesticides they use to produce cotton pads, that depletes the soil, which in hand ends up in our water supply, which in hand leads to affecting the water for those who are living around the surrounded areas of the places that are producing cotton, and also the animals that are in that area. Something else to keep in mind is the cotton pads that they do produce for single use, those don't actually biodegrade because of the bleaching and the mixing processes that are put in place to produce it. So when you throw it in the landfill, it's gonna stick around for quite a bit, unfortunately. So that leads to my product today, or I guess my suggested method on reusable cotton pads. I actually purchased these a year ago and I've been using it for a year, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I actually have not gone back to cotton pads. I think the only time I would use a cotton pad is if I happen to paint my nails, which is not often. And I just want to say I absolutely love this method. It's great because I feel like before, when I was using disposable cotton pads, I always need them at some point, and they're not cheap. There's sometimes where they'll sell a stack of 100 or whatever, and it could range anywhere between $3, which is the cheaper side, to $9. I'm not even kidding you, it's insane. So when I got these, I just put them in a little jar that I got from a grocery store. This used to have cake in it, and I just washed it and reused it for my cotton pads. There's only a few in here now, but essentially I got these for I think like $13 for a pack of 16. And I'm just gonna show you the ones that I currently have that are clean. They're actually fairly big. I don't have like a disposable one to show you in comparison, but these are bigger than regular cotton pads. So with these cotton pads I got, these are actually made out of bamboo, but for these ones specifically, I just use to remove my makeup or apply toner. So these are technically clean. I know they're not the cleanest, but this is them after putting them through the wash, because obviously makeup stains a little bit, but at the same time, I use fairly green, non-toxic products, so I don't have an issue with that. With the ones that I ordered, they came with a wash bag. So what I do is once I use them, I will toss them in here. And the mesh bag is great because I did used to store them in a jar before, like the used ones, but they don't get to dry properly, and you don't want that because it will just develop bacteria. So putting them in this bag means that one, they're ready to wash whenever you're ready to do a load, and because it's a mesh bag, it's breathable, and the cotton pads are actually, sorry, the bamboo pads have time to air out and dry. So these are all my dirty ones right now. Pretty nasty. So I generally use maybe 1 or 2 to remove makeup. The only downfall I would say to these is that I tend to use more makeup remover because it's absorbent, but I'll try to focus the makeup remover in one section for one eye and then the other section of the pad for the other eye. And then I'll use the third part, which is generally the bigger part, for which you can kind of see. The bigger part down here, the other half for like my face. So I try to use one every time, but sometimes I end up using two. I don't know if you guys can tell. Okay, so this is the soft side. I don't really use this side that often because I feel like the liquid kind of rolls off and doesn't really absorb here, but it's just nice to, I guess, hold on to. But this is the side that I like to use to remove makeup. Sorry, I'm using a dirty one, but this side I feel really absorbs the makeup remover faster, and it also just really takes off the makeup for me. I actually like to focus the dirty ones, like once I wash them. As you can see, this stack here, this is a washed one here. I like to keep these separated, so when I wash them, I stack my cotton pads. So like I've used this to remove makeup before, and then keep the super cleaner ones. There, that's a super clean one. I will keep these in a separate stack, but like at the bottom of the jar for toner. So I try to only dirty up a few here. So when I wash these, some of these will still be stained. So I'll keep those at the top of my jar after they're cleaned. And that way I kind of keep the super clean ones clean and then the dirty ones specifically for makeup. And that's been working so far for me. That's just my preference because I don't want to dirty them all up. I just want the toner to be on a nice clean white pad. So that's also another reason why I'm looking to potentially purchase more. 16's a great amount. To be honest, I've been using it for a year, have no issues with it, but I just feel like I could just keep a clean pack for toner and a jar completely full of 16 for just makeup, so that they'll all end up looking like this. I've been really enjoying it. I have no issues with it. And again, it's just a simple switch, and I'm not telling you to, you know, buy reusable pads and not ever use the cotton pads you have. Definitely keep those on the side to save for if you travel, for example, and you don't want to bring your reusable pad because you don't have a place to wash your cotton pads, or you want to save them for nail polish, because I would never use nail polish on these ones. Maybe I'd buy a pack specifically to remove nail polish, but I don't wear nail polish enough to do that just yet. Honestly, my nails are generally for the most part bare because I'm so lazy. If I ever wear nail polish more often, I might consider buying a separate stack for nail polish just to not mix it up with my facial removers. As you guys know, my channel is all about low waste living, and I think it's super important to make these small changes and not be too hard on yourself when you're making these changes. It doesn't take much effort, and you know, you're always doing laundry anyway, so it's an easy switch, and I honestly love it. I like the fact that I'm not tossing cotton in the trash every day, because when I do wear makeup, or if I am doing a skincare routine where I need toner, I'm not just tossing a cotton pad for the sake of toner. So yeah, something to consider. I highly recommend it. And you know, if you guys have a favorite brand of reusable cotton pads, share them down below for those who are looking to purchase reusable cotton pads. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you found it informative. Remember, don't be too hard on yourself. Make the small changes, because one less thing is always better than nothing. Subscribe to my channel for more, and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!